Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, Love and Light. I just wanted to give you an update on my progress. So, Monday I said I wasn't feeling right and that there was something wrong. And when my daughter saw me, she was completely outside of her element. And her first response was hospital. She said, "You're gray." She said that your speech is slurring and you can't stand and you can't walk and you're tilting to one side. And I was like, that's because my right side is weak and now even weaker. And she said, okay, fine, and took me to hospital. Hospital did tests, said that they saw fresh lesions on my brain, sent me to Strasbourg, to their facility in Strasbourg. And then they said that although tests taken don't leave a clear pattern or a clear result as far as what is wrong with me, they feel by visual notes, by visually looking at me, that they believe that I had a mini stroke. They also believe that whether I believe it or not, their way is the only way. They claim that only Western medicine and crude oil derived prescription can help me. And that includes statins. And they said that they want to put me on a statin even though nothing came back conclusive that that's what I need. And I said, well, I don't believe in that. I'll look for something homeopathic. I'll look for colloidal silver or colloidal gold, maybe even aged garlic. And they said to me, that's outside of our scope, and we don't believe that that will help you. If anything, we believe that will hurt you. And I said, herbal medicine has been helping people for hundreds and thousands of years, before crude oil was even a thing. And I believe in plant medicine. And they said, well, we don't. So we are going to do this, and we decided for you. You're not in your right frame of mind because you're confused. I said, I'm not confused. They said, you can't really focus and you can't really use your arm or your leg. And I said, I can use my arm. It's just not as strong as it was yesterday. And they said to me, that's a side effect of a stroke. I said, that's also a side effect of an autoimmune disease that's derived from parasite. And I'm in the process of removing all the parasites from my body. I've done a year already, plus I did oil of oregano and black seed oil, which passed more parasites. And he said, well, that's all fine and dandy, but our regimen is pharmaceutical drugs. And I said, that's not my regimen. And they said, well, we don't really care what you think. We're here to save your life. And I said, okay, great. I'll look for homeopathic herbal remedies. And they said, you're taking your life in your hands with every poor decision you make. And I said, I don't believe that they're poor decisions. And I don't believe that you know everything, because you're not even willing to look into herbal medicine as a form of healing. All you want to do is what you're trained and what you're told. The only way to help somebody that you feel falls under a certain category is to pump them up with crude oil. I don't know about you, but I'm not a machine, and there's no crude oil inside of me, and nor do I want to put any there, because I'm not looking to mask, replace, or stop my body from healing itself by taking that effect away, by using crude-based chemicals as a form of medicine. And they said, well, we want you to go to rehab. And I said, I'm going to do rehab. I'm going to strengthen my body. I've been this whole time. And they said, no, you have to be monitored. I said, why do I have to be monitored? And they said, because if you fall, if you get hurt, who's going to help you? I said, my dog will pull me through the house if I ask him to. And my kids aren't that far away. And my neighbor is, I'll tell her what's going on so she's aware. And they said, well, that's all fine and dandy, but that's not the same thing as in-house, inpatient. And I said, I refuse to go to a rehab. I worked in one, several actually. And I made it a point to say I would never spend any time in a rehab facility. Yes, people are great and people are good, but not everybody is. And you don't really get a compassionate care from people that are just there to get a paycheck. And they said, well, that's your perspective. And I said, yes, it is. Because I learned, I viewed, I saw firsthand. And they said, you can't even visually focus. Your eyes keep shifting. And I was like, well, I'll fix that too. And they said, and how are you going to do that? I said, I'm going to get copper. And I'm going to wear copper bracelets. And I'm going to help myself more than what I've been before. And fix everything that's wrong with me and make it right again. And they said, good luck. And I said, good luck to you too. And I left. And last night was the first night since all of this happened that I actually slept. Not through the night, but I was able to get at least 6 hours of sleep, which was very beneficial. And I was able to get out of bed. I was able to get to the bathroom. I was able to use the toilet. I was able to get back to my room. I even tried to take a shower. I was able to get into the tub, but I had difficulty getting out. I finally got out of the tub, and I was able to get myself upright, and I was able to get dressed. It's a long process, but I'm doing it, and I'm working toward it. So if anybody tells you that you can't do it, or that what you believe is wrong because they don't believe in what you believe, thank them for their time and for their effort, and then find the solutions that you need in order to help yourself. There's lots of different herbal remedies that are out there that help a whole lot of different things within you. And being that we're more plant-based than oil-based in our metabolism, our makeup, why would anybody want to put a foreign substance into their body when nature gives you everything that you need? You just need to know how to use it. And they said, we were not schooled on that. That's just kitchen witchery. And I was like, that's ridiculous. Herbal medicine is not witchery. It's not kitchen medicine. It's actually beneficial, living, life-sustaining medicine. Not only does it give you the nutrition that you need, but it also supports you when you use the right remedies in the right manner. And I know this because I got back everything just about from being on herbal remedies for a year. So you can't tell me what I lived through, survived, and overcame. Just because something happened to me outside of my realm doesn't mean that herbal medicine should be thrown out the window. And they said, good luck. And I said, you too. And I walked out the door. And I do not plan on going back there. I plan on getting better. I plan on getting all my strength back. And I plan on continuing on my forward movement for my best desired life. And that's without chemicals in my body, without crude oil, looking toward nature and the holistic values of the air, the water, the ground, the nourishment from the plants, the trees, the flowers. And I will be okay. And I will be one of those people that, against your better judgment, will get better and will do it in a natural homeopathic way. Because I value my body more than allowing the wrong things to enter. They said, how can you say that you smoke cigarette? And I was like, yeah, I've been cutting down on my cigarettes because I can't afford them. Not because I don't want them, or not because they're hurting me. I've been smoking since I'm 17 or 18 years old. Cigarette, that is. And I can only smoke cigarette freely when I would really rather smoke marijuana. But apparently, people look at you like you're a drug addict if you want to smoke marijuana, or if you want to eat it, or vape it, which is a natural herbal remedy, just so you know. And the CBD oil, I guess my speech, my mouth, my words aren't coming out properly. But what I do know is that I don't give up and I don't give in and I don't allow other people to think for me. I know how to think and I believe in me and my direction. And if you feel just as confident in yourself and your situation, regardless of what may be occurring around you, don't let someone else take your independence away from you by telling you that what you believe in isn't what they believe in and therefore it won't work. Because that's not true. That's never been true. People that don't know, that don't want to grow, that don't want to learn, they're the ones that are limited. Not you, not me. And I believe that full-heartedly. Believe in yourself. I believe in me. And then look for doable, positive solutions. Keep your vibration high. Don't let whatever's occurring to you, occurring around you, or maybe affecting you, influence how you feel or what you believe to be your position in life. And I believe my position is to carry high vibration and to aid encouragement through everything I go through by knowing that people watch, they look, they see, and they take notes. And when they see me, they see someone who's motivated, determined, clear-minded, filled with positive intention, and that I'm not looking for a way out to mask, to hide, or to, compromise. I'm looking to bring beneficial healing, love, and light into my life. Whether I do it through light therapy, sound therapy, physical therapy, mental therapy, or emotional growth. You have that power too. Don't let anyone try to take that away from you. My lovely collective, no matter what you do, I'm always on your side. And the Ascended Masters are on my side. Because I've seen 333 so many times within the last couple of days that it leads me to believe what I already know inside. And that my spirit team is with me, supporting me, and guiding me, and protecting me. And if I did have a mini stroke, then they made sure that it wasn't going to be something that was life-affecting, because all I do is give out the best intentions, and not just for me, but for everyone around me. You have that power too. It's all the choice that you choose to hold and the direction that you choose to move in. So think about it long and hard, and don't let someone try to diminish how you feel or what you believe, because they don't believe in what you believe in, or see what you see, or resonate with the energy that you embody. As a matter of fact, people told me there that I was very high vibrational and upbeat for the situation that I was involved with. That most people would be like all anxious and anxiety filled and fearful. And I'm not any of those things. I'm not anxious, I'm not anxiety filled, and I am certainly not fearful. I am determined, and I will go as far as I can and will bring my body back to where it was before and enhance it to the best version of me so that I could support each and every one of you with anything and everything that you may need, whether it's through my accomplishments, my clear mind, my intentions, my motivation, or my choice to live the best life that I can live, free from chemical damage or the abuse of Western medications. Because this was all decided a long time ago by the politicians, that they didn't want to have herbal medications easily remedied for people. They wanted to kill them slowly by using chemicals that aren't supposed to be in the body. And they're in everything. They're in the medicine, they're in our clothes, they're in our food, they're even in our air. They're in the ground because the air is being seeded, and what is up does fall down. And when it comes down to the ground, then the ground absorbs it. And then the plants, they feed off of it in order to thrive, which is a really bad situation. And it's because they decided that people can only be controlled when they're put in corners. And I refuse to be put in a corner, and I refuse to be controlled. I refuse to allow my clear thought, my intent, my love, my compassion for life, for people, to be diminished by others that don't see the same thing I see, that are limited to what it is that they rely on by what it was that they were taught, not what their intuition tells them or what could be possible or is possible when you use homeopathic remedies in order to aid and to support your physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional growth. My lovely collective, you are never alone. I am always sending you positivity, love, and light, sharing what I have with me and with you, 50-50, so that we all live the best life that we possibly can without introducing toxic foreign things willingly into our environment, our temple, or our mind space. I believe in me. Do you believe in me? Do you believe in you? I believe in you too. I believe that we have the power to fix, to go back to a point in time where disease isn't something that is seated within everyone's land or within their own temple, but that we have the ability to evolve, to thrive, and to go higher than we once thought we could with the limitations that have been put around us. I absolutely believe in herbal medicine, and you should too. Don't let other people dissuade you. I'm not letting them do that to me. Love and light, my collective.